Okay. Can everybody see me? Now I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm back. Nikki, you there? Okay. Hi, everybody. I think I'm on Facebook and Instagram now. I think I can go ahead and get started. I see people are joining in. Hey, Ayo. And Nikki. Shalette. James. Can you guys also see me on Instagram? I haven't tried doing this dual live before, so we're going to test this out and see how it goes. So just give it a couple minutes, let a couple people join in. We have a few people. I'm really excited. Those of you who know me know that I've been doing business coaching for about 15 years, and now I am expanding my brand and focusing on doing group trainings, and we're going to be doing live sessions. I want to teach you guys all the things that I help and teach all of my clients. I've owned several businesses, so over the course of, I guess, these next, probably going to do this, hopefully I'll do it for a really long time, but I wanted to do a test with you guys and do it from now through the end of the year. And if all goes well, I'll keep doing it, and I'll add in some training courses and some webinars that you guys can take advantage of to help build your business brands. You know, everyone has a different business, so we'll have to focus on different things for different people, but we'll make it work. Hey, Nikki, can you check on Instagram and see if you can see me there? Hey, Tab. How are you? Okay, I see Shania joined me on Instagram. Okay, so everything's working great. So, I've typically just gone by my name when I've helped people, but I decided I was going to rebrand myself, and I didn't want to just be the typical life coach or business coach, because one of the things that I found when I go to help people is it's not just their business that they need help with. They actually need help a little bit with their homes, their lives. It's typically something else that's standing in their way of getting them to that next level, or even just starting, because sometimes your starting point can be very difficult depending on what's going on in your life. Hey, Tabby Tab. I see Soko join me too. So I chose the name Life Over because it's, when you're working with me, I feel like we're kind of starting anew. We're either starting, restarting, reviving a business that you started that's been sitting idle for a while. We're adding some new energy to it. We're rebranding, we're relaunching, kind of reassessing where you are, what your needs are. But most importantly, we're repositioning you to make more money. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? We all want to make money. Amen? So that's why I chose the name Life Over, because I'm kind of giving you a life over. Similar to a makeover where you feel kind of renewed, restored, refreshed. And that's kind of the name behind the new brand. Now, I know that not everyone necessarily has the desire to be an entrepreneur and all of the things that come along with owning your own business and having employees and really being solely responsible for everything. And some people just want, to learn new strategies on leadership and how to grow and excel within the companies that they work for. So hopefully we'll be able to give you guys some training as well to stand out in your careers and to be that go-to person that people rely on. Now, one of the things that I tell people that, say, hey, I've got this great business idea. Here's what I think I want to do. Before you start to kind of trek down that road of entrepreneurship, because it's not an easy road, I tell people to ask yourself two simple things. What's your why? And what problem are you solving? Because if you're not solving a problem, more than likely you're not going to make any money. So it's going to be, what is it that people need? And how are you going to help them? So let's start with the whys. And if you guys can start typing in some of your whys, like why are you joining me today? Why are you interested in starting your own business? What kind of motivates you? And we'll go back and we'll look at some of those whys. And if I can't answer them while we're on the call today, I'll answer them in our next live session. So I'm going to give you guys, for those of you who don't know me so well and haven't maybe been my friend or in my life since my daughter was born, I'm going to give you guys a little background story, which kind of got me to where I am today, and some of the life lessons I learned because of this one thing that happens in my life. So on January 15th, 1996, I broke my leg. Do you all remember what was going on in January of 1996? Anybody? Well, it was the blizzard of 96. I had just had my daughter. She was 3 weeks old. I was loving life. Broke my leg, and right in the midst of thinking that I was going to be able to go back to work. I'd been off work since September. Now I'm young. We had just bought a house, just had a baby, recent college graduate, 1 year into my career at my very first job. And here I am, unable to work because I've got this cast on from my hip to my ankle. I've got this baby that I got to figure out how to take care of. And now we're down to one income, one entry-level job income. So, I've always been pretty good at saving, but it really makes you think about, okay, so I've got this broken leg, I'm not able to work, I'm home taking care of this baby, what can I do? How are we going to survive? So I looked at my savings and thought, okay, this is just a couple of months I have to worry about. I think we'll be okay. Well, a couple months go by, still got this cast on my leg, I'm going through physical therapy, everything seems great. I had to learn how to walk again. And just as I've gotten to the point where I'm no longer on crutches, I'm using a cane, and I'm now walking, I say that I could hear it, but I probably just was feeling it. I kept feeling this click in my knee, and I didn't know what it was. So go back to the doctor. I tell the doctor, hey doc, everything's going pretty good, but I've got this clicking going on in my knee and I don't know what it is. So he sends me to get some x-rays, a couple of MRIs, a second opinion. No one could figure out what was going on in my knee. So I go back and he's like, you know what? I believe you. I want to go in and let's do some exploratory surgery and figure out what's going on with you. So great. I'm thinking, okay, he'll go in, whatever it is, he'll fix it. I'll be back to work in a few weeks. Life will be good. Now, you kind of been paying attention. I left work in September of 95, broke my leg in January of 96. It's now fall of 96, so we're well over a year of me not working. So he decides he's going to go in. I go in and I have arthroscopic surgery on my knee. I wake up and I've got this contraption on my leg, and I'm like, what in the world? And I see crutches off to my left, which means I can't walk again. So I started crying. Not just because, I knew that, okay, money, I've tapped into most of our savings again because, we had just purchased a house. But if you've ever broken a bone and had like one of your limbs completely atrophy, the hard work and dedication you put in to rebuilding to learn how to use that body part again. So here I was again having to relearn how to walk. Not only was I rebuilding my leg, I also now had to strengthen my knee. And so that was a little tough. But long story short, I made it through. Everything healed 100%. I give my doctor kudos to this day because I don't have any issues resulting from either of those injuries. But it gave me a lot of life lessons that I learned during that period of time. I finally went back to work in May of 1997. So along with my savings, my mother and me starting, a crazy little vending company, we were able to make it through. And I learned a little bit about no matter how much you think you saved, save more. How to preserve your credit, because that's something else. When you're not working, you're not paying all your bills on time necessarily, but how to preserve your credit in dire times. How not to go crazy, stuck in a house with a infant baby on crutches, and it's just the two of you staring at the four walls every day. So, but this gets into my whys, which is why I'm here today with you guys. So, my why is for being an entrepreneur and always making sure that financially I am able to provide for myself, show my children and my friends and my clients how to make sure they're always financially stable, is because I don't ever want to have to rely on solely one stream of income, because something can happen. Whether you are in private industry, whether you have your own business, think about the things that happen to the people in Texas where their businesses, are completely gone. Always plan for the things that could happen, but then to have a way for yourself. So I want to help you guys look at, how do I build other streams of income? And as we do these live sessions, I'll talk to you about the other things that I do. Not just the things that you guys know of, because there's some secret things I have in my back pocket that I don't usually share with people, but I'll start to share with you guys. I also have a desire to help people. That's been one of the things I've always done all of my life. So those of you who desire entrepreneurship, hopefully I can teach you guys some things and get you all, if you haven't started, we'll walk you through the whole starting process, getting your name, getting you registered, doing your business plans or your strategies, and getting you off the ground and making some money. And my third why is to be able to inspire our future leaders, our future generations, teaching them how to make money, helping them find their career path and things that they want to do, and just kind of the proper way to do it. And then my fourth why, which should also be one of your whys, is how to make money, right? We're all here to make money, so let's be honest about that. Amen? All right, great. So let's get started. Hopefully you guys can be a little interactive with me right now. Let's see. So think about in your business, what problem are you solving? So if you've got some great business idea or product that you're thinking about doing, what problem are you solving? Because those are the things that make money. When you're thinking about, advertising this great product you have, well, if no one's going to use it because it's really not something that's advantageous, it's a waste of your money. So always think about that. What problem are you solving? So write that down, because then we're going to talk about that again in our next live session. So the way that I think I'll do this is every Sunday we'll talk for about 25 to 35 minutes. You guys will get a little bit of homework. Hey sis, I see Olivia just joined me, and Kim and Jennifer and William. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Marcus just joined, and Kayla. So I want this to be very interactive. I want you guys to have pen and paper so you can write down all your great thoughts. So write down, what problem are you solving? Think about all of the ideas that you have, whether it's a service oriented or a product that you want to sell. Hey William. And then we'll expand upon those next time around. So I'll start with me though, give you an example. So what problem am I solving? So for the Life Over Coach, this particular business venture, my problem was there's only one of me, and I had too many clients that I had to try to juggle on a daily basis. There are only 24 hours in a day, so how could I reach more people, meet the demands of my clients, still keep my sanity, and still feel like I was being of value to everyone? So it was to rebrand myself and to change my business model from one-on-one coaching to a more group style coaching, offering webinars, training sessions, having a more larger online presence, and doing webinars and helping you guys via these live streams. So that was my my way of problem solving what my issue was to get to my next level. So think about, what are you guys going to do and what problem are you solving? Got it? Okay. All right. So where do we want to start? Well, with anything you do in life, I always say you have to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you don't really know where you're going to go. So I'm not going to just jump in my car and drive from Maryland to California and not have a map or any type of guidance. So it's the same thing that we want to do when we're talking about starting our businesses. Now, I've seen and heard a lot of people talk about they don't believe in doing business plans. Well, I think that depends on the type of business that you want to start. It also depends on how much money you have in your pockets. If you are self-made and you're starting a new business and you don't need help from anyone, you're not looking for any type of funding, by all means, you can start a business without a business plan. But if you need money, you absolutely need a business plan. Because every lender, whether it's a silent partner, a venture capitalist, your local bank, they're going to want to see a complete business plan. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that, especially the financial piece. That's one of the biggest components that banks look at, or private investors, because they want to see how well you've thought out this business, how much it's going to cost you to start the business, how much you've actually invested in your own business. So sometimes if you guys really are serious about it, you got to give up certain luxuries in life and start putting money aside, so that when you launch, you've got money to say, hey, look, I'm serious about this. I've got 50% towards my own idea, and I need another 50% from you. And by the way, I've thought about, my 5-year plan. So year 1, maybe I won't make a profit, maybe I will. Ideally, the goal is for everyone to make a profit. I had another business that I started that I needed to get a loan for, and I actually flipped a profit in less than a year. I was impressed, so was the bank, because I got to pay them off early. But then year 2, year 3, year 4, we'll talk about different strategies while you're in business, things you need to do financially to secure yourself. So we'll go through all of that in some other sessions, because those are pretty detailed. So we'll probably break apart the planning piece into different sessions each week. So just join me, have your pens and paper, and at the end of every live session, I'll tell you what we'll be talking about next session, okay? All right, good. So back to the business plan, or planning, however you want to do this. I'm here to support you. So you definitely need to know, as we talked about, what problem are you solving? So what are the products and services that you're going to be offering? How much are you going to be offering them for? You're going to need to have an executive summary. So even if you don't do a business plan, your executive summary actually is a high-level, shorter version of the contents of your business plan. So you're still thinking about all of those elements and addressing them in your executive summary, but maybe not in as detailed as if you did a full business plan. All right, so then let's see. We've got your marketing plan. So that's your target audience. Who are you marketing to? And you can't say, oh, I want to market to everybody. Well, everybody's not going to want to buy your stuff. And everybody may not need it. But part of your marketing is doing your market research and knowing who your audience is. So I'm going to teach you some strategies about how to use certain tools, and every business is assigned a code, and how to use those codes to find your market audience and target directly to them, along with what we're doing here on Facebook and Instagram, and some of you have Twitter. So using social media, using live feeds to target that audience, give you